Babe, what?
Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to Poulsbo. So, my wife and I are heading to Poulsbo for the weekend. So it's gonna be a 3-day trip, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Right now we're in the river, but our planned route is, it depends on the wind because there's some unfavorable currents going on right now. The tide is going out. So I'm trying to enter like on the north side of Bainbridge Island under the bridge, you know, to get to Poulsbo. However, the tide is going out, so the current is like 4.5 knots right now going through there. And then I have to wait an hour after the tide has started flooding in order for the current to slow down in that region where I could power through. Or I could go on the south side, and the south side has less current speed, but the wind is kind of coming exactly in that direction. At least it's what it seems like. So either way, this is something I'm just gonna have to eyeball out when I'm actually out on the water and once I got all the sails up. So my wife is here. Say hi, baby girl.
Hi.
She doesn't like the camera or something, but the last time she came out sailing with me was September of last year. So I'm really excited that she's out here because she hasn't been out here in such a long time. So it's really nice for that or something. So but yeah, the wind right now is coming from like the southwest, which is where Windy said it would be coming from. So yeah, that's the scope of things right now. So tonight we're gonna be anchoring in Liberty Bay right outside of Poulsbo for tonight's stay. That'll be the first time that I have anchored overnight, so that'll be fun. I'm really excited for this. I've been really wanting to try this out. And then on Sunday, tomorrow, we're actually going to be staying the night at the marina, and then we're going to be exploring around Poulsbo on Sunday. We're going to have some nice breakfasts. We're going to have a nice dinner from a wood fire pizza place there by the marina. So that'll be fun. But I would stay anchored the whole time, but I don't have a tender boat. That's something I'm going to be getting sometime in the future. But for now, tonight we're not even going to go into Poulsbo. We're just going to stay out anchor, and then tomorrow we'll stay there. So, and then Monday morning we're going to be heading back, and heading back to the marina. So yeah, that's the plan. Really excited. A nice 3-day trip here on the boat. It's going to be really nice. I'll get to try out my new anchor light as well. The one I installed in the last video. Make sure you guys check that video out and see how I did this. But that's the anchor light there. Of course, it's a lot higher than that. And it's down position right now. She's taken over, folks. She is. Babe, steer to the right a little bit, baby. Good, baby. Now straight. There. Alright, we have made it out into Elliott Bay here. There's a lot of fishing boats out here. Quite a bit. So I'm gonna get in front of this barge here so that I can have some room to turn into the wind, which is coming from about over here, so then I can put up the 2 sails, and then we're gonna bear off and head north towards Port Madison, and that's gonna be right, I couldn't get the sail up. It got stuck, hung up on something. So what I'll do is kind of get in front of all these boats here, and then I'll go back into irons and fix it. For now, it's actually working pretty good. Moving pretty fast. The jib, I'm not going to put the jib up for now. I'll put it up possibly later, or I might not put it up today. I'm not sure. But for now, it will just stay down. But I've got it up ready to go whenever we need it. Alright, so we're moving here. I can't go that way, the way that I want to go on the south side, because the wind is just too close to that. So I'm going to have to go around on the north. So we're kind of on a run, or excuse me, a broad reach right now. Right now we're heading kind of like northwest or so, and then we'll see from there. So yeah. Okay, so I wanted to share you guys this. Right now we are about. Before we give some context here, this is Elliott Bay, so we're trying to go through the north end of Bainbridge Island to get to Poulsbo. However, with the current speed, so this is 1 hour before maximum ebb. Right now we're about 2 hours before, but 1 hour before there's a 4.7 knot current going out, which means that I will not be able to power my way through that. At maximum ebb, it goes down to 3.8. 1 hour after, it's at 2.7, which I can do that. I can power through that. So we need to, that means maximum ebb today is 1:17 p.m. So that means at around 2 o'clock is when I can actually start heading through the inlet to get to Poulsbo. Right now it is 11:04, so we're gonna kind of basically kill 3 hours of time by sailing around here. The wind will drop at around 1 o'clock, and we'll go down to like a 3 knot, 4 knot wind, and then it'll switch to coming from the north. So this southwest wind is going to die off in the next 2 hours or so. So that'll actually be advantageous for us. We might be able to sail right into the inlet, and then take the sails down over in right outside of Liberty, the entrance to Liberty Bay. We've got a fishing boat right here is going in front of us. Really nice day of sailing. It was a little sketchy, but now the wind is perfect. We're kind of in a perfect zone where we're on a nice broad reach, which is my favorite type of sailing. So yeah, and actually the temperatures are not bad. I thought it was going to be like a lot colder, but it's pretty nice, probably in the upper 60s right now. Definitely feels good. I'm not going to bother putting the jib up today. I think because we need to go slower anyways, because we need to kill time. So this is perfect. I really am enjoying this right now. Plus my beautiful wife gets kind of scared when the boat leans over. So I don't want the boat to lean over too much, because I want her to keep coming out here or something. So yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of thirsty, so I think I'm gonna get some water. Yeah, look, even the waves are dying off a little bit. I'm not really seeing the big chop from over there, because they said 1 foot waves, but there ended up being a little bit of like 2 or 3 feet over there. So look at this guy right here, folks. Heeling over pretty far. You can see his paint job pretty good. He's got his jib all furled up too. He's got the same idea as me, except I don't have a rolling furlong. So he's got a better system than I do. Oh no, he does have a sail up. It's a black jib. You see that, baby? It's black. I didn't mess down here when we were leaning over so much. But now she's gonna try to use the bathroom in a bucket that I got a bucket with a toilet lid on it. But I'm curious how this is gonna work because it's really wavy right now. If I hear screams, then that's how I know that piss is all over the floor because the bucket turned over or something. So don't piss all over the floor, baby girl, because that's our living space, baby. Har 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 har. You're gonna pee or not?
No, not yet.
She's not gonna pee because it's too wavy or something. The waves will die down, baby, in the next 2 hours. So we'll be good. Oh! We're eating lunch right now. Got an egg sandwich. My wife has a egg croissant or something.
Babe, the black
Suitcase.
garbage from Fred Meyer is not really that good. Costco one is.
It's a lot better. Okay. There's West Point, Shilshole Marina behind it, and the waves are still pretty decent right now. The wind will die off in about an hour and a half or so. We'll go down to 4-knot winds, and then an hour after that it'll shift to I think like 8 knots coming from the north. That's what it's forecasted right now. Current time 11:40. About 40 minutes have passed, and we've made quite a bit of speed here in 40 minutes. I think I'm still debating on what I want to do. If I want to go over there, because I know the waves are going to be calmer over there because we've got the land shadow blocking the wind. Maybe that's a good idea, going over there, because right here in the middle of the channel is where it's most wavy. Alright, so now we are kind of heading towards Shilshole. My wife, she's kind of getting a little seasick, so I'm thinking because the wind is going to be blocked by this land here, that it'll be less wavy over here. So that's why, and plus we still need to wait until 2 o'clock. So we're just going to kind of putter around this area for a little bit, kind of kill time. The waves should be less. Then in about an hour or so, the wind will, they're saying it'll completely stop. And reduce to 4 knots. And it'll be a lot calmer. Waves are decent size. But yeah, there's so many sailboats out here, it's really nice to see. So I'm out here. So, alright, let's keep on heading into Shilshole. Just hang out in here so that my wife doesn't continue to get seasick or anything. It's just the waves. The waves are what gets her. So if I can reduce the waves, then that's good. And yeah, waves got smaller, so can't complain. All of a sudden the wind kind of just, it didn't fully die, but we're in a severe land shadow, I think. Got a lot calmer in here, didn't it, baby? Just like I said it would, gorgeous baby. All right. Well, this is a nice break from what we were doing, but eventually we're gonna have to cut across there. So, but we'll worry about that in the future. It got quiet, babe. Holy shit, it got quiet. Where did all the noise go, gorgeous baby? The wind really just said, it really just died, completely died, baby. Like, we're not even moving anymore. We're hardly even moving. That's crazy. Looks like the sailboats, though, they're still sailing, but man, windy is like, sometimes windy is just really correct. Windy just, and look, now it's going, now the wind's coming from the north all of a sudden. Holy crap. This is just like insane. Here's the difference in wind right here. Holy shit. I think that's the most wildest thing I've seen before. All of a sudden the wind just came from the north now, even though the whole time it's been coming from the southwest. And now we have wind, a lot of wind. And it looks like there'll be more wind based on what it looks like over there. So I think what we'll do is possibly cut across to Elliott something. Okay, we are now heading west with a now north wind blowing at us. And yeah, we're departing from the Shilshole area. And yeah, it's currently what's happening here. Alright, well, for some reason there's a 15 knot wind when I think what was forecasted was 8 knots. Maybe we're just in a little gust or something. We're making really good progress though towards Madison Bay, Port Madison. We're already like not quite halfway across, maybe a fourth of the way across. But yeah, we'll just go into Port Madison. The seas are building here. We just got hit by probably a wave that was like 4 feet tall. Look, she's soaked. We're both soaked, like all of this is soaked. But the good news is that we are entering Port Madison very soon, which I believe will cause the wind to die down because of the land now. Well, look at this. We are actually in Port Madison Bay now. We kind of just entered it here, and down there is the canal that we need to go through, the inlet. Not a canal, it's an inlet. But it's still, we still need to wait about 45 minutes or so, so I think we're just gonna kind of, you know, putter around this bay. The bay is a lot less windy. It's not that cold. There's a sun up there.
I'm wet in here. Look at this. That's why I'm really cold.
Yeah, we did get wet, and I'm still kind of wet or something. But we'll dry off because, you know, that's how it works. But yeah, we're gonna like kind of just mess around in here for 45 minutes. The seas are a lot calmer in here, and the wind is less. Did you piss yourself? Alright. We sailed the whole day without a jib, and we really moved like very quickly. It tells you how much wind is out here. And it seems like now she's kind of enjoying it now that the waves are less. Okay, now I've turned around. We're just gonna kind of just sail around in Port Madison. You gotta wait about 20 odd minutes or so, maybe 30 minutes to be safe, until we can go ahead and start heading through Agate Passage. I think that's what that's called. So we're just, we're gonna stay in the bay so then so my baby doesn't get seasick again, because right now she feels really good. She's better because the waves in here are a lot smaller. So that's what's happening right now. The jib is still down. We'll probably maybe sail the jib when we're coming back. The wind is just kind of too much for the jib today, and I put the wrong jib up. I put the medium-sized one. I should have put the small one. Anyways, that's what's happening right now. Wind kind of picked up a little bit here, but the waves are still very, very reasonable. Perfect sailing weather right now. You can't ask for much better than this. So, yep. Alright, so some time has passed. It is now 2:30, and we are going to start trying to head up the passage here. I remember from last time, there are some markers, so we'll have to see like what color they are or anything. So, got this boat here. I think we'll be able to beat them or something. So, but yeah, even while sailing, we're moving probably at 4 knots, 5 knots, heading downwind right now. However, I will turn on the motor and motor through the passage just to ensure that we don't get caught up in the current. So we're gonna have sail plus motor power. All right, well, this is good news, folks. So it turns out that the current, you can see it there, is just absolutely flushing us through. You can see how fast we're moving. See that? So we picked a perfect time. I even waited a little bit longer just to ensure. But look at that. Look at how fast the current is. Oh my gosh. We really picked a good time. That's nuts. So we're just drifting through here. We're getting flushed through. But yeah, now we're officially in between Bainbridge Island here and the mainland here, and there's the bridge. I need to pay attention because I do remember up here a little bit there's some markers, because there's some spots in here that gets pretty shallow. So I need to be watchful of that, but I'm just gonna sail my way through here. I'm not even gonna turn on the motor. I don't need to. We got enough wind here to flush us down.
Is that a kid?
I think so. That current that just flushing us down. It's insane. We're in must be 2 or 3 knot currents right now. Just working it perfectly for us. Guys, I wish my phone didn't die because I can see my speed right now, but we must be going 8 knots right now. We've got a 4 knot or a 2 knot current pushing us, plus we've got wind just picked up here. We were cooking it right now. Look at that. We've almost turned into a speedboat the way that our back end is working here. Gosh, we're moving so fast. This is crazy. So I've got to pay attention to this marker here. I need to keep that on my right as we journey through here. And then after that, then I can start appearing off over in the Poulsbo area. So yeah, we're going to be able to sail all the way to the entrance of Liberty Bay with this wind right now. Perfect setup. Everything went to plan with this setup here. Absolutely perfect. just going super fast. Super fast. Fast. Ram. Fast. Okay, so we have officially gotten out of the passageway, and now we're making the loop here. And this is the entrance to Liberty Bay. Of course, that's where Poulsbo is located. The wind, as you can see, is coming from my side right now. So I'm just curious if I can get away with sailing all the way into Liberty Bay without turning the motor on. I'm gonna see if I can get away with it here. That's good, so I don't have to consume any gas or anything. Once I get into Liberty Bay, I'm gonna put the sail down though, so then we need to scope out where we want to drop the anchor at for the boat. If we want to be close to the marina or like a little farther out. Because either way, like tomorrow morning, we're going to be breaking anchor and then heading into the marina and then figuring out where we're going to stay for the night, and then from there getting breakfast. So yeah. So for now, I'm just going to be sailing. I think I can get away with it. It looks like it. It feels a little chilly here with that wind. Alright, let's by the way, my phone died, so now I'm using my wife's phone. And she has the iPhone 15 Pro Max, right? 15 Pro Max.
Yeah, I'm gonna change this to 17.
And then she's gonna get a 17 Pro Max, and then I'm gonna get this hand-me-down phone. But this phone's better than my phone, so I will not complain, baby. Yeah. Or on Monday, I think I want to go down that way, because that way is another way, like the way that I was wanting to by Blake Island.
Yeah.
Like it exits out by Blake Island, and then you just go straight across the main channel. I want to go that way so that you can see that. We'll do that. Alright, let's continue on here. Alright, so I turned the motor on, the wind just died, and actually look, here's Liberty Bay right here. So I'm going to take the sail down, and then we're going to try to find a spot to anchor. Alright, so I'm hooking up my depth finder right now, so then we can see how deep it is, of course. I'm going to put my transducer on the side of the boat here. Now, power on the unit here. Alright. The transducer is in the water. So, in a little bit here, we should be able to see how deep it is. 16 feet deep. It's actually quite shallow. So, what I think I'm gonna do, maybe go a little deeper here. Because there's a 12-foot tidal movement, so I don't want to be this shallow. I want to be a little deeper here. Sixteen, 7. Shallow. Didn't realize it was that shallow in this Liberty Bay here. 17 feet deep. What I'm gonna do is move all this stuff off of here, and be careful about this book because it's falling apart, as you know. What I'm gonna do, I've got the anchor here. I'm gonna take this up to the front and then kind of organize the rope because it's all kind of tangled up, and then I'm gonna throw it in. We're gonna see what happens.
Babe. Go.
All right. The anchor is ready to go, it should be. So now the only thing to do is to throw it in and see what happens. So here we go. Let's get anchored, baby. I need to put it under the sail here. Now it's sinking to the bottom. And it's touched the bottom already. Holy shit.
You feel it?
I felt it touch the bottom, baby. So I'm gonna let, it's 16 feet and the tide's gonna go up probably, it's gonna go up 8 feet, the water depth will. So I'm gonna let out some line here, just a decent amount, so then we won't have a problem or anything. We need some line because like the tide rises too quickly, or it rises and then there's not enough line, then the boat won't be able to compensate, baby. Alright, so that is, and then we need to be able to swing around, I remember. So I think this should be fine, what we've got out right now. Alright, so the anchor line is kind of off over there. What I'm going to do, I'll tie this up to the cleat here. I think I'll put out more, just to be safe here. Alright, good. Alright, so now I'm going to see if this works here. I'm just waiting for there to be some tension. Right now it's still loose, which means that the boat still needs to float a little bit. We'll see what happens here.
Babe.
I thought I was gonna sneeze, rough. But yeah, so I put away all the sails and stuff because we're not gonna be sailing until Monday, so it's nice to just have it all bundled up and organized. So I'm gonna hook up the solar panel. I'll show you guys how I do it. So this is the solar charge controller. It tells you your voltage and stuff. What I'll do is basically I'm going to run, I'm gonna unplug this. I'm gonna run this cable through a little hole I've got here, and this way I can still have the seat available to sit on, but anyways. So now I'll hook up the positive to the positive spot, and then the negative will go on to the negative spot here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but anyways, so once I do this, then we're going to receive power to the charge controller. Let me bring some more slack in here so I have some room. Okay, so now we have a power on our charge controller. I'm going to leave that open because I still need to turn on the battery, or the thing there. But all right, the battery's at 12.4 volts. So now I'm going to take this. This is what runs to the solar panel. I'm going to run it through here. And this will be one of the panel. I think I'm going to put the panel, I was thinking of putting it on the boom here, just kind of resting it like this. Face full of dust.
Dusty.
Alright, so plug the wire into its spot. I'll just wait for a little bit to see if this charges. If not, I might need to adjust the placement. Maybe set it up over there or something like this. I'm gonna have to bungee these down so it doesn't blow away. I've had a panel before blow away because I didn't secure it properly. 12.8, 12.9. Now it's charging. I think it was, now that this, I think both sides I need to have exposed. Now it's at 13.1, so it's at 100%. What I need to do is figure out a better placement for the panel. In the meantime, however, we now have power, so we can charge our phones and charge whatever else we need to charge. And that's how we're gonna survive out here for a night. Oh, I wasn't recording the whole time. All right, so we've got some delicious bulldog that my wife made on the stove. So yeah, the stove worked out nicely, but it's gotten kind of, the wind has picked up here in Liberty Bay, and temperatures are good. It's really quite comfortable out there. I think inside of here it's also pretty comfortable. 74 degrees inside here, not bad. But I just kind of needed a break from the wind. Just having the wind always hitting your faces. My hair looks awful, I know. I've been told. So, yeah, I can't wait to eat this.
Ooh, delicious. Yummy. Babe!
Yummy, baby. Alright, now it's time for me to try it. Bulldog. Oh, that's good. Oh my god, I look awful. This is the first time I'm looking through the intercam here. I look like hell right now. Oh my gosh, I think I got too much sun too. My lips are burning. Oh. Here's a little update, probably 3 hours later, or 2 hours later, and nothing has changed. We've been doing the same thing. In terms of what's going on out here, we haven't moved. So the anchor is working well. The tide has gone up significantly since we anchored. Let's go up front here. You'll see that there's a yellow little thing on the rope, and that used to be above the water. You can kind of see the yellow thing right there. That was above the water when we got here. Now it's submerged pretty deep. So yeah, the thing is working. We got enough of a line out where the boat is adjusting to the rise of tide, but the tide is almost to the, you can see that there, I got it on my watch, almost to the height of tide. I think in the next hour it'll be at the height. Then after that it'll go low, start going low again. So yeah, the sun, babe, check the voltage. The sun came out. What is it at now, baby?
14.5.
Yeah, so we were having a little struggle getting the solar, well, because the sun went behind the clouds, but now it's out again. So we're pulling in the batteries at 14 volts right now, so we're doing good. She needs to charge her phone. My phone is at 66 right now. That's good. But yeah, it's pretty nice. It's starting to get a little chilly, and the boat, the interior temperature of the boat dropped to 68, so it's pretty comfortable in the boat. The wind has subsided a little bit too. We were getting some whitecaps here in Liberty Bay. We still have a little bit of them, but yeah, the wind in the next hour, they're saying like 2 knots, a knot of wind, so it's gonna get calm, which will be really nice for sleeping. We won't have these flags banging around or having these banging the mast like that. That'll be nice. I think I'm coming down with something. I've gotten really nasally, and my what's it called? My nose is stuffed. So Yeah, there's a speedboat right there. The sun is gonna go behind the clouds in a little bit, baby.